in any city, in any country. Go to any mental institution you can get yourself into. When you reach the front desk, ask to visit the holder of song. You will be guided to a single door leading to a winding staircase. It will seem like it will take you higher than the buildings it stands. There will be a door at the top of the stairway that opens into a dim hall. Heat will wash over you. Proceed down the hall, and at one point it will suddenly get much colder. When this happens, you must stand perfectly still and make no sound. If you hear a baby crying, turn around and run away. The baby's cries will follow. If you hear it for the rest of your life, you're lucky, for when it stops, your firstborn child has died. If there is no cry and the heat returns, proceed to the door at the end of the hall. Open it. The room will be awash in green light. The center will be an old woman turning a music box that produces no sound. Her legs will have both severed at the knees. When you speak to her, you must look her in the eyes. She hides a spear-fashioned bond from her legs. If you break eye contact, she will impale you and leave you in agony to bleed to death. She will respond to only one question. Ask her, what is the song they used to play? The old woman will begin singing this song in a different language, but the melody is beautiful. Serenity will wash over you. You will be presented with the image of a child playing and singing. Then things will turn grimmer. Your children will begin fighting, then killing, and disemboweling. This image will continue of children spreading death and destruction more horrific than you could ever dream. But still, you will remain calm and peaceful. You will see a naked boy drenched in blood, singing with delight as he runs through a hellish wasteland, pursued by unspeakable monsters. They find him and mutilate him utterly. Still, the song will continue from his dead lips. An intense pain will stab at your chest. Your heart will feel like it is about to explode. But still, you must not break eye contact with the old woman. If you do, an exploding heart can become your happiest dream. Don't shift your gauge. The pain will cease. The woman will stand up. You will know not how, and the place, the music box in your hand. And this music box is object 6 out of 538. When it plays its song again, they will all come together.
Since Will had forgotten to say the intro, this is a series, actual creepypastas instead of crappy pastas. We're kind of going to do one of these one day, and then, the crappy pastas another. And we're each going to read one story per video. This is I Sat on the Bus. I sat on the bus on my way to school, listening to music and paying little to no attention to the other students. At one of the stops, my mind snapped back to reality. I looked towards a small house, Tommy's house, I thought. A hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved at the bus driver to move on. He's sick, I thought, paying no large amount of attention to the situation. The day flew by. I watched the local news channel after school. What I heard paralyzed me. Tommy's entire family was murdered that day by an unknown suspect. After hearing the news, I moved back up to my room and fell asleep. The next day, I sat on the bus. We drove past Tommy's house, and the bus driver, unaware of Tommy's family's fate, stopped at his home. As I was about to get up and explain everything that happened, something caught my eye. A pale hand slipped through the drapes of the window and waved at the bus driver to move on. I sat on the bus, terrified. Credit to Isaac Cook.
Hello guys, I know we said that we would only be doing 2 per episode, but since we both did really short stories, I'm going to do one more so it'll be longer for you guys. This one is Predator and Prey by E. Allen Rand. Here we are. After a night of kerosene with his buddies, Billy was ready to head home. Are you sure you want to walk home by yourself? Asked Todd. You've heard the rumors, right? What rumors? Asked Billy. You know, the problem with vampires. He said that last word almost in a whisper. Oh God, really? I can't believe you're taking that seriously. Why shouldn't I? Because it's ridiculous, that's why. I need to scoot. It's late. The sun's almost up. Todd shrugged. Suit yourself, but if you get killed tonight, don't say I didn't warn you. I won't say anything. I'll be dead, Billy called back as he started walking. The echoing laughter from the guys made him smile. He hadn't been walking long when he heard something rustling in the dark. He stopped and looked around. The noise also stopped. He cursed his own paranoia and continued, but he couldn't shake that feeling. Later he heard it again, louder. This time his fear turned to anger. "Who's out there?" he roared. Nobody answered. He told himself he was just being stupid, and the best thing to do either way was to get home as quickly as possible. He was just about to turn when something charged him from the shadows. It happened so fast he had no time to brace himself as a hulking figure hit him like a freight train. The next thing he knew, he was pinned to the ground by a burly man with a look of crazed hatred on his face. His eyes burned with a mixture of fury and disgust. "Who the heck are you?" Billy demanded. "Who do you think?" he said in a low, hoarse voice. And then Billy knew. This was the killer everybody had been whispering about. The vampire problem wasn't just a rumor. The man reached into his tool belt and took out 2 items that sent a wave of panic through Billy. He squirmed violently, but it was no use. His attacker was too strong. He shoved a wooden stake against Billy's chest and raised the hammer high. Billy screamed in terror, his fangs glistening in the moonlight.